Time to finally raise tonight. We kick off the new season with the return of Carson Wentz, ready to go in Week 1 as the Super Bowl champion Eagles take on the new $100 million man, Matt Ryan, and the Atlanta.
The wait is over.
I'll be back at
$1 million.
Look ahead to the weekend. But for now, let's get to Philly and say hello for the first time to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, you really see aches and pains. Good live on the touchback. So here come the Falcons team champion. And absolutely, he lost third.
But I can play him here and there.
Yo, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in levels. Because if you one breaks through,
it's caught.
Oh.
But he takes it up to the 40. Team action, Ryan. His defense to keep.
They started, doesn't it? And when those just scares the heck out of defenses because Julio Jones in a short zone and he the whole way.
The tackle was made by now the offensive starters for Atlanta.
4 straight seasons of yards. Jones runs way through the. He knows how back Matt Ryan.
That's 40 spotted at give it a break for him. And the defense nails.
2017 has been Jordan hit part of the Eagles. When you hear, think about the defensive end rush to back. Linebacker have to holes against the running.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. Almost pick. Nearly a turnover there. And dab back. Now fourth down.
Now spot up there. Up tight. Sit in there on third down.
Make a play, right?
Third down. You got to try and find. There's nothing available there for him.
And a little too much mustard on that one. In the end zone. There maybe. So now here comes the Eagles offense is over. Under center will be Carson Wentz, the third-year quarterback hailing from North Dakota State.
Season Carson Wentz was having in 2010 after a rookie spec, having an MVP caliber year. 33 touchdown passes at the time of his injury. Had his team at 11. Everyone thought they were winning a Super Bowl. Joe Foles comes at least a day, and they end up winning the Super Bowl anyway. With Carson in hand and getting him in that position.
They pick up 12 on the and they move the chains.
I do hope this is this game progress. Have that type of a game in the middle. It hurts so many ways because like to be outside as well.
That's where their big tight end is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the end routes.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude in the middle as well. And he's
a gain of 11 yards that time. Produces a new set of downs. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction.
And in our have we not been position to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may have to come up with an entire different do on the field because when I hear tight end, I think of the old school hand on the line of scrimmage, even than they are guys who are going to move in the running game.
Twin. And that's it. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Defense for the Falcons.
And that led the league. That number dropped to 5.5 in 2017. He was dropping back in coverage. I think he's going to be 2018 and beyond.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
You got 4. You got one goal. 120.
3rd down. The hands of Wallace over the middle. And he'll get it out a couple yards short. Get only time as that leads up 4th down.
So often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But in the time these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath right away.
So on comes the Eagle. And that'll hit end zone for a It's Charles heading back, coming off a 10-6 season, made the playoffs again. Coming on, they blew that Super Bowl. Patriots, I think folks were expecting more in 2017. What can we expect?
Return to that's what they've got to get. You mentioned 2016. They rolled up points like crazy.
On in 25. Play there, Ryan to Jones. 61 yards.
That's a pitch and catch right
What?
there. And partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this breath, but now they're counting on their just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one to ball.
A first chance red zone for 18. This is Freeman on in, and he's going to fight his way forward for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
First there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Ryan now off the bootleg. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. On the zone, quarterback saw him and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Ryan. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. Austin Hooper, a 7-yard touchdown. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at out of this. So they look to see if that was a tied touchdown. 6 points. Bryant's extra point, but nothing gained. Here's Bryant to K. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. That stop ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense heading out. You know, last year, Charles, we said this was a franchise that's kind of been a neutral more. Defending Super Bowl champs.
Look, your quarterback gets hurt before the season. His backup, Nick Foles, wins Super Bowl. Wentz probably would have won the season if he finished the year. Offensive line in the game. Passing game keeps getting better. Multiple runners who can run it in, flip it over to deep, trim to front. They can just swarm. Very creative. The big thing, they'll have to take everyone's bet during this game.
To the 40.
One of the advantages of zone, remember, to see the play develop in front of you. This levels sometimes box to defend.
State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On the ball.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Come on now, let's go.
Key 26, key 26.
There we go.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So that'll do it for the first quarter as we kick off another season. 7-0 is our score, and we're back to Philadelphia after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. The Eagles send out their punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. On second down, Freeman. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter when he does.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, as an offense, you know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's
What a game to start the season off. Philadelphia, Atlanta.
Everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So on the big tight end,
still first down.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Shotgun now for Wentz. A dump off to Smoke. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now a play fake. Wentz. And almost intercepted. If he could have picked it, maybe some space to go the other way. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Hang in there now.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Here's Wentz to throw. Aguilar has it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first is Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now it's a giant. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
There we go. Back there. 180!
Wentz. Carson Wentz has his first touchdown pass since December 10th of last year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Got a man. It's the first NFL catch for Calvin Ridley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Hey, let's go.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Ryan. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
It must be something about the night air, because he is putting on an absolute show under the light.
Yeah, we've established anything in his vicinity, he's grabbing it. They go play action here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, with us this year. Glad to have him, and we will look ahead to all the action coming up this weekend at intermission, as well as look back on this first half. And Bryant's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the... Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jeffrey reels it in over the... Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Play action to Sproles. Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
On the ball.
On first down, Wentz. And he rifles one incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
That defense.
Wentz now on first down. This one complete to Smallwood. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Wentz to throw again. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Sanu with a grab over the middle. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Sproles, the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A final shot before half for Wentz. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Looking forward to joining the crew this year. We'll get back to you guys in Philly in just a moment, but first, let's look ahead to opening weekend right here in 2018. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they'll square off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. As for the 4 o'clock game, some good ones there as well. One being in Charlotte, where it'll be the Panthers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And finally on Monday night, a doubleheader to start the new year. The Jets and Lions in Matt Patricia's debut, followed by Rams Raiders in the return of John Gruden to Oakland. In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. His guys lead, though, by only a field goal. Still anybody's game as we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They run again with a J. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A very solid gain of 27.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. This is a J, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Wentz. Hard throw, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will knot us up at 10. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Ryan to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 75 yards. And the Falcons have broken our tie. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. On second down, here's Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Wentz now on first down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Right back to him on first down. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Here's a giant. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They run with a giant. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be fourth down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, nice move. As he'll be stopped at the 30-yard line. Again on at Julio Jones. And now he's inching closer to a 2-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. 5 up to the 33. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Freeman. He's going to go for a big throw downfield. And he almost had it defensively. Changer there in this half. And it's third down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio. He's never converted. They're too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes.
Fraction defense.
As the defense jumps.
It's a nation game for them. So a reaction on that one.
Complete pass play, and then come up with something here on third down. Ryan the boot. And he'll be out of bounds after swing across the 4. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good. Earn him yet another first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down, toe tap, and drag it. Make sure he gets it done.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield. 7 to pick up on the pitch and catch.
That one in there. In route.
Faster paddling that fast. Expectation as a quarterback that the deflection is bigger and lead to an interception.
Deflection works both way and it pops in the air. Hard, you resemble it. The defense.
He shoots this time. Down. In there to draw. It'll be a loss of about 8.
Now we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And the tackle there by Chris Long.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Ryan, caught by Sanu. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. The Falcons on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, It tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now Wentz on third down. Aguilar has it. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On the ball.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Wentz to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5 quarterback picks up the first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off. Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey burger where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
That Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Porky, 82, Porky.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Being chased out left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? It's kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And it's complete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. When the Falcons defense stands tall, they'll get the football back. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big ways. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Jones has it. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. All night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Ryan. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another carry for the workhorse tonight. Freeman. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 17. Freeman again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now Sproles. Able to slither by. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Falcons, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Panthers next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.